The way that the Cincinnati Bengals have handled Trey Hendrickson's contract situation is completely deplorable. It is absolutely awful, ridiculous, obnoxious. I don't think enough people are scolding the Bengals for the way that they've handled this man's contract situation. He has been trying to work out a deal with them. It came up during the offseason before the draft that they opened the door for him to seek a trade after they couldn't come to terms. He spoke to the media today at OTAs, didn't practice for 25 minutes. And he said he was disappointed with the lack of communication. They've basically ghosted him to this point. They're not even trying to discuss long-term plans with him at all. If this was, and he even said this, if Trey Hendrickson was a guy who had a really good year and had a fall-off, injury, whatever it was, they would have asked him to take a pay cut. He is the 5th player in NFL history on a team that has an awful shit defense. He is the 5th player in NFL history to have back-to-back 17-plus sack seasons. Last person knew it was J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt had a really good comment on this. I'm going to pull it up in a second. But I don't understand what the logic is for the Bengals. How can they think whatever money he's asking for that he's not worth it? He's been one of the best defensive ends, top 5 defensive end in the NFL over the last 3 years. He's not 35 years old. He's got at least, let's just call it like 4 good seasons in him before he starts to nosedive and starts to play poorly.
Yeah.
He has earned the right to be one of the highest paid defensive linemen. And him not getting that recognition is awful.
I think Cincinnati is just operating on a different frequency than the rest of the football world. And it becomes more and more evident. Sometimes that's good. And you can be a market mover. You could be a disruptor, as they are called, where everyone's doing something a certain way for a long time. You come in with a bright new idea, shake everything up. Think of the shotgun offense. That was a disruptor. The Bengals are not that. They are a clown show that doesn't know what they want, doesn't know what they have, and can't keep anyone happy. Yeah, and the only person they kept happy was a preemptive decision with Joe Burrow. There we go. Hendrickson rules with the way that he's been handling the situation. I feel like he's giving some pretty good honesty for an athlete, more than we deserve as fans and in the general broadcasting public. Always appreciate when athletes give us dope quotes. Hendrickson said this: "I'm a Floridian, so there's unprovoked shark attacks and provoked shark attacks. The comments that are being made, this is not something where I'm just twiddling my thumbs thinking, oh, how can I get the next one up? They watch me every day. They see how hard I work. They see how I carry myself as a human being, and they know me." End quote. They don't know you. Evidently so. They don't. And if they did, they would say, sorry for wasting your time. Sorry. You put in a couple really good years. And even if you fall down to 12 sacks next year, which is worth the money.
Right. That's still,
even if he dropped to 12.
One of the top sack getters if he's a 12 sack guy.
I would say, go ahead. Sorry, we wasted your time. Please. We can't manage you. We can't have this. We are incapable. But they won't do that because they're selfish and they're too proud to admit that they bungled it up from the very beginning.
They have just been one of the cheapest, shittiest franchises when it comes to actually paying players. And I think that we commended them for the T. Higgins thing. We've, I guess, commended them for handling Joe Burrow and getting him paid on time and all that stuff. But I'm trying to think how I want to frame this. I really like watching the Bengals team. I really like rooting for the Bengals team. The players on the field, the coaching staff. They have some of the most exciting, dynamic players in the NFL. It's insane the talent that they have on this roster. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Their offensive line could have used a little bit of improvement. Their defense has some playmakers, and they have freaking Trey Hendrickson. And they've underperformed. And their underperformance comes from the fact that their front office is consistently screwing up these contract negotiations. If you can't afford to pay players, you shouldn't be allowed to own a team. The NFL should have some sort of intervention here. Like this, you can't have a guy publicly speaking for 25 minutes on this. J.J. Watt, what he pointed out, which was I thought was an amazing comment. He said, he commented on Schefter's post, I assume it went something like this, referring to the conversation. Last offseason, we couldn't/don't want to do a deal now, but we'll make you right next offseason and get it done early. Player has a great season. The offseason, low ball offer and or crickets. Pay a fair price early or pay top dollar later. Teams want to treat it like a business, but don't like it when players do the same. And I thought that was just so aptly put, the overall disrespect that comes from this and the handling of this.
It's really a bummer because, one, J.J. Watt is a cornball, but he makes really astute points when they're needed. And to touch on your additional point, the Bengals have the guy that can beat Mahomes, and they underperform. The Bengals have sparked a new age rivalry with the Kansas City Chiefs. They don't like them. The Chiefs don't like the Bengals. It's great for football, and they can't stop stepping on their own feet. They cannot get out of their own way to let us properly enjoy the fruits of all of the labor, all of the stars lining up to give us quarterback, some would say 1B in Joe Burrow versus quarterback 1A in Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Burrow doesn't flinch. Burrow can be surrounded with talent and be competitive. But what the Chiefs do, they pay Chris Jones. They pay players.
Right. They're one
That's
team.
why they have the edge, and that's why
Yes.
Cincinnati can't make the playoffs to give us another great game.
They're the one team that is proven. Rams, I guess, are kind of in this bucket, but the Chiefs have proven that when you are a winning team, there are ways to keep your team together. Chris Jones gets paid.
Who would have thought 4 years ago, who would have thought Chris Jones would still be on the Chiefs? The way all pro, big money coming to him.
Yeah,
They're
you
the
would have
best
thought he
quarterback-
got moved for like 3 first-round. That's too many, but like 2 first-round picks or something like that.
You got the best quarterback in the
Yeah.
league. Travis Kelce, you're going to have to pay him. There's too much. And they make it work, and they stay together. Travis Kelce is old and fat now. Jones isn't. Some of the guys they paid are still contributors.
It's so brutal. Hopefully Trey Hendrickson gets traded somewhere that he gets an opportunity to actually shine, to actually help a team reach heights that it's striving to reach, not just twiddling their thumbs and expecting for, the bare minimum to produce results.